So we're back. This time we're going to continue on. Bury me not on the lone prairie. Although we can perform rites for most of the scions, there is one whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the Sylphs of Little Solace. It is only proper that she be given into the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance with the Sylphic traditions. So we're going to Little Solace, so we need to go to Hawthorn Hut. If I'm remembering that correctly. I also did a little bit of work off screen and just unlocked rank 4. There were only 2 left, so I decided to go do that. I just had to kill the Yarden Scavengers and the Red Belly Larceners. Oh, and a note. If you get the Larceners, it says upper parts, but don't bother doing that. Right, it'll tell you to go, it's like over here or something. But there's a 1 Larcener and you need 4 of them. So just go up to the Red Belly Hive instead. There's like 3 of them at the beginning. And I think there might be 1 further in. This one is surprised to see walking ones in the Little Solace. How can these ones assist walking one? Neuraxia! But this one does not understand. Camuxio, this one has heard much wailing. This one will know what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solace, but why? These ones have not requested further aid. Neuraxia? How did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So not only Neuraxia, but many of Walking One's friends were lost as well. Neuraxia. Neuraxia went to Thanalan at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Neuraxia at the end. Tell this one that Neuraxia was brave. Tell this one that Neuraxia did not suffer. This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Neuraxia home, Walking One. These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial Ones must pay. Imperial Ones must suffer. When the time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Neuraxia's death be for naught. These ones will fight. Go back. We thank you for your service to the church and to the Sylphs. You may be pleased to know that in your absence we interred the remaining scions in the Lichyard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please take a rest and set aside your burdens for now, Scarlett. I'm not imagining it, Scarlett. I know I'm being watched. No, not the girl. I know about her. No, this is different, sinister. It is as if I am under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but I felt it when last I ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you look outside for me, please? It'll only take a moment. Alright. Looking outside over here, I assume. Very cool sky. Oh, yes! I wasn't sure if I could jump that fence. You're being watched. Oh, that's right. Damn. On my other character, interject is at 5 for all of the tanks that I've got. Well, all the tanks that I've got. All of the tanks, because I do have all the tanks on that character. Like, I've got all the classes on that character. So I'm so used to hitting 5. Not even the tanks. Also any like casters that have interject. That's at 5 as well. So I've got to put it back there. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching me? What did he want with me? Did he perhaps know something of my past? If only I could have asked him. I need to think. Please allow me a moment. Alone. Wait, Father Iliad must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again. Heavens forfend. That such a thing should happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinctive about his garb or possessions? Broom. This is Galleon steel, which means the man who was watching Marquez was... Make haste to Camp Drybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come.
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn. And to that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Cid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Carteneau. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait, Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
Cid, was it? Here. These belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
Who are you? Alphinaud Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the 3 city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak. Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Sid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Sid, you do. Your very own airship. It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship? Oh, wait.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need my airship. They need me.
All right. He who waited behind. What a curious twist of fate that Master Sid Garland would at last be found within our church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, Scarlett. You wish to find his airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the calamity, much like the Great Gobu Wall of Uldar. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania towards Korthus. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over the Foregold Float, the closest settlement to Korthus. Mayhap the Serpents stationed there have records in the events that transpired that day. I hoped you might rest from your journeys for a time, but I see that the world has still need of you and the Scions. Pray, look after yourself and Sid, Scarlett. So, yeah, basically, the Great Gobu Wall was a player thing. So they've written a player event into the lore, which I always found cool. That's probably one of the better parts of the story, is the fact that, you know, the game rebooted, but instead of just scrapping everything and starting again or anything, they wrote it into the lore, and it just added that extra flair, that extra flavor to the lore. And yes, his ship is named the Enterprise. But then I think it's always named the Enterprise or something. Because if you don't know, Sid is a recurring character in the Final Fantasy games. It's actually something that I didn't know, because I'd never gone like far enough into other Final Fantasy games before I started playing this. So, but yeah. Is there aught I can assist you with, miss? The Enterprise. You speak of Master Garland's ship, yes? Aye, I needn't refer to the records. I know that the ship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Corthus. What became of it after that, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Vortifaunt at Flornautel's Spire. I don't know. He was on duty that day and saw it with his own eyes. I am unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you locate the airship, would you not need a man of Master Garland's caliber to fly it? I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex. Good thing we have a man of Master Garland's caliber. Or also known as Master Garland himself. Yeah, so this is where we go to the Corthus Highlands. Central Highlands. You have come in search of Vortifaunt. Then well met, for you have found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years, since before the great snows came to Corthus. What exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day. 'Twas on the eve of the Battle of Carteneau, nigh on 5 years ago. I held the spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then all of a sudden, the most fantastic airship I'd ever seen splits the sky overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Corthus. The astrologers at the observatorium may have records which could help, but to obtain them you would need to deal with the Ishgardians who control the region. I wouldn't expect much though. The high houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Dalamud descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you should you prove yourself useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I've little doubt they would accept aid freely offered. So on to Corthus. There we go, mapping the realm. And we're slow again. Hey look, Highland Gooby, let's kill it. Alright, how many of those do we need? 3. Well, 2 more. There's more up here, so we'll just kill them as we go. As I usually do. Snow wolves, let's get them as well, might as well. I'm actually glad that I bothered to do those 2 remaining on page 3, because now we can do these ones. Go and this one. And last one. And there should be a goober around here as well, I think. Yep, over there. Oh. That was close. Wasn't paying attention. I don't want to fight more wolves though. Gonna have to go around the long way. See if you can't grab him, pull him over. Up here. I just realised Defiance isn't on. Alright, how's our gear? We're at 31. We're fighting stuff that's a bit higher level than this. I need to get some, if anything, a new weapon would be on the cards. This other gear is moderately, oh no, that's trash. We need to get new jewellery as well. I can visit the marker board and do that. Then it's at least going to be high quality. Or we can just wait until we get gear from this. Excuse me, can you repeat that? You wish to offer your services to House Durandare. And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? Ha! How absurd. As if we would permit an outsider to pursue the records of the Observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Holy See of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. Yeah, they're cold. Helone, have mercy. Are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me with while I am on duty. We're stretched thin as it is. And where in the hells is that knight I sent out patrol? He should have returned ages ago. Perhaps I have use of you after all. If you wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for my missing man. You will know him by his uniform. That of House Durandare as is mine. Okay, let's hit it up. Let's attack this one again. Him over here. Because we had one left, we might as well do it. Do it. We're also going to level up pretty soon. Nice. So yeah, so the hunting log is worth doing when you're of level. They're not really worth it when you're above the level, because it's not as much XP as, like, I mean, yeah, it doesn't scale, so it doesn't look as impressive. If it wasn't for you, miss, I reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable dragon-loving bastards. Death was a mercy they didn't deserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics are operating within this region. Fare thee well, friend. Alright. This whole segment kind of gives you a look into a lot of what the next expansion is about as well, which is kind of cool. I must say, I didn't actually expect you to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see I may have been premature in my judgment, miss. We are a proud people, beholden to tradition, but that does not mean we are without humility. I shall instruct the astrologers to entertain your request. However, understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you may pursue. Yeah. No, peruse. It's peruse. Couldn't read for a second, sorry. Peruse their records. Pray proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to Ed Millie. Ed Millie. By the way, there's a lot of stairs. And this is the point where I found out when I first started playing that you don't die from fall damage unless you're in combat. No, move, bloody bat. The lady come in search of the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludovic be thinking? It is true that we maintain meticulous records which stretch back generations. However, because this information is used to chart Dravinian activity, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist with your inquiries, pray seek an audience with the chief astrologer Alphinaud up above. Yeah, so as you can see, there's a lot of stairs. And that's only the first level. And up here's the second level. And then there's more stairs up. But thankfully you don't have to go all the way up. No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling what it is you ask? Were our records to fall into the wrong hands, it could change the course of a war, which has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between southern nations? Southern nations? I don't know. Ours is the Holy Crusade, and we are the arbiters of Heloni's will. I will not put our a great nation at risk. Certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship of all things. Pardon the intrusion, Fallamont. I wish to speak with you regarding the recent... Oh, I didn't realize you had a guest. Inquisitor Guillemay. You honor us with your presence, sir. This lady was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one who rescued House Durander's knight from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I am told you seek an airship last seen in Corthus 5 years ago, yes? You come to us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best of luck in your search, I would also strongly advise caution. The snows can come quickly in Corthus. One moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge, and the next you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark whilst travelling. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course. He didn't talk to the guy. I was not aware you aided House Durander in that fashion. Thank you, madame. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. Yeah, see, there we go. There's some jewelry. Actually... No, I'll do this next quest, and then we'll stop. You there, madame. I could not help but overhear your conversation with the chief astrologer. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require that you perform for me a favour in exchange. An associate of mine has returned from his expedition to the cliffs east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of Ixal in that vicinity. If you would seek out this astrologer and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me. Excuse me. Oh, that's right. That's its name. The first Discateral Observatorium of Ethereal and Astronomical Phenomena. That's its name. Right, now you can jump. As you can see, we didn't die. Go down 1 health, but we don't die. And if you have died from fall damage, it means because you were in combat at some point. And like, you don't have to actually engage in combat. If someone aggroes you, that counts. Like, it's funny because I've seen some gameplay and people would jump off, and as they're about to jump off, they get aggroed by an enemy, and naturally they do not make it to the end of the jump. These poor things, they get completely annihilated. They drop, I don't know if we got any then, but they drop some like mid-level materials, so you'll often find people just farming. I can't actually remember what the material is called. I mean, we might get some. But then you don't have to do this if you have a retainer with a combat class, because you just get them to go get it. And personally, I find the retainer's methods a lot more efficient, so we get fleece from it. That's what it is, fleece. Because they have a much higher chance of getting high quality materials versus you. At least from my experience. Okay, that's something done. Again, we're almost leveled. Nice. If we get some red horn ogres, we'd get a lot of XP. Well, it's not a massive amount, but it's still a lot. Oh, we went the wrong way. Okay. Oh! Oh, no, that's alright. I was gonna say I didn't touch the aetheryte, but the aetheryte's up there. That's okay. Hey, nice. These ones are on the list as well. Oh, we only needed one of those. Nice. Oh, okay, they're on the Maelstrom one. Look at that. The Maelstrom one isn't only just for seals as well. You use it to get like promotions. We don't have a lot of seals, so we can't get a promotion. But if you get promotions, you unlock more items. You unlock some more features. So like being able to turn in, you don't have any on us, but like the ethereal gear and green gear and blue gear, those you can turn in for seals. Wait, who are you? You're not one of our knights. A man of House Durandare cannot be seen within the company of an unbeliever. Good day, madam. No worries, mate. Saved your ass and everything, but you know. I mean, I don't know how you weren't aggroing the Ixali, but anyway. That person's doing a fate. Not a fate. What's it called? A leave. Leave. And you could tell by the little card thing that popped up. I went into that house because there's a lot of quests that happen in that house eventually, but not yet. Actually, no, it's not quests, it's leaves, I think. Well, now I just don't remember. It's not leaves. Leaves are from the leave meet. I don't know. Anyway. The arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for underestimating the dangers our knights face every day. Ah, but you are eager to locate your airship. It might surprise you that by saving him, you have already aided your own cause. House Durandare is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound the alarm at the first sign of Dravinian aggression. Yet, you have aided them twice, for which they are honour bound to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you access to the Observatorium's record. That is just as well, for there are other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Portelane for an official introduction to the other high houses. The word of House Durandare carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses. See? I actually haven't worked out how much damage exactly is there from that fall. I haven't done it with my level 80 class or anything, so I don't know. You've caused quite a stir in your short time here. First you slay 2 heretics and save a knight, and now I hear you've rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. An introduction to the other high houses. I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you. But while you have performed 2 acts, you would have me endorse you to 3 high houses. It's only fitting that I aid us one final time, wouldn't you agree? Cheeky bugger. While I would normally go for that, I'm just gonna go for this to save some money. No, not him. Wait. Yeah, okay, with that, we're just gonna quickly equip this. Chuck this out. We don't need that. Nope. So we can convert that. Intelligence and GP. Yep. Okay. That's for the Fisher. Savage Might 2. Nice. Alright, so with that, we're going to call it an episode. We will catch you next time.